Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we'll be looking at what is the best way, to do object detection in Python. So obviously, there are many ways that we can do object detection over here. So there is, I had asked this particular poll where I asked what is the go-to strategy for you for object detection. So 9 votes we had got in total, 9 votes, and majority out of like 5 out of 9. Okay, people said that they are going for a pre-trained model like YOLO or faster RCNN. Nobody said we are going to use Mediapipe, but I think some people might change their decision after this video. And 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 9 people told that they will be going for some OpenCV implementations. Now I want to tell you that there should be, whenever you are thinking of going for the, let's say, object detection, there are 3 things that should come to your mind. Okay, ideally 2, but let's increase one more. First is the accuracy. Writing a little bit of code, extra code, should not deter you just because it's giving even if you're getting better accuracy. If you are getting a very good accuracy, trust me, especially in production level type of environment, you should definitely focus on accuracy. Yes, there are different models, and all these models come with different accuracies, but ideally you should go with something that can have that can give you the best accuracy. Now the other thing that should actually come to you is what is the speed. The problem, and this is why I think I say this is why I think a lot of people will change their mind, is because speed today is very important, especially if, let's say, you have to deploy something on an edge device. Okay, edge devices like your let's say Arduino, or even your smartphone, and all those things which are small, which don't have a lot of memory and don't have a lot of processing power. So that is also you should consider. But let's say you just want to run on your computer, okay, then accuracy should be. Now the third thing that should actually matter, and trust me, it does matter when you are on a tight deadline, or let's say you're just learning, okay, you don't really have a lot of coding experience, is number of lines of code. Now here I am saying it is almost, you can say, directly proportional to let's say complexity, because I'm going to show you in some examples you can actually just get a decent accuracy with just 2 to 3 lines of code. That's it. Okay, and those lines are also not that difficult. So let's go one by one and see which is actually the best. For I'm assuming you're someone who just wants to get a good accuracy, and speed is not that big of a deal, but yeah, faster the better. And number of lines is something that you're concerned with, because let's say you're a beginner. Okay, so you want simple. Okay, now out of all these things, you can get the best accuracy, I would say, in all of these. Okay, why? Because all of these models, this pre-trained model or Mediapipe or OpenCV, are all pre-trained. Okay, which means you are not going to fine tune. Once you say that I am going to fine tune a model or train a model from scratch, let's say you want to train a model from scratch, that is when you'll get into the problems of accuracy. The model is not working, or accuracy is down, or this problem, that problem. I have done that, I know. Okay, but if you are not doing that, the first problem is actually solved. Right, now comes the second problem, which is the speed. So when you talk about speed, what you should think is smaller model is faster model. Okay, and this is where your Mediapipe wins. Why? Again, it has to be deployed on edge, which means less memory, which means the model has to be small. Since the model is small, the inference speed will be, assuming the processor speed and all that is constant, which is generally the case, you will have faster inference. Okay, now when it comes to number of lines of code, so I hope I was able to convince you that Mediapipe gives you faster speed. That does not mean these are slow. It depends on your particular use case. Let's say the difference between 2 seconds and 2.5 seconds is not that big for you. In some cases it is, but in most of the cases, let's say you're a beginner, you're a student, half a second is not going to break anything, right? Then for you, this might not be a viable option. Why? I'll tell you why. Because of the third option over here. However, if this half a second is something that you do care about, I would suggest going for Mediapipe. Okay, in fact, You can also go for some quantizations and the other things which I don't want to get into now. Basically, you will be changing the data type. However, the idea is, if you are thinking about accuracy, go for anything. Okay. If you are thinking about accuracy, go for any model. Your answer is any model. Okay. After that, if you are saying I want to see my model perform very good when it comes to time, go for Mediapipe. Okay, but I know I'll have to convince you through an experimentation, so don't worry. I have already compared in in one of my videos, I have already compared all the deep learning models. Okay, all the deep learning models when it comes to object detection. Okay, now in YOLO also there are versions. Okay, I'll show you a simple YOLO v5 here. So there is YOLO v8, there is YOLO v9. So basically there are even better versions. Okay, so the obviously you can say the higher the version, the better the accuracy. That is something that it is understandable. Okay, now what is the third one is number of lines of code. Now when I was a beginner, trust me, this was something that made me close so many documents and so many coding tutorials. If I saw I am getting an let's say result in just 2 to 3 lines of code, even I did not understand that at the starting of my career, let's say a couple of years back, I would have taken that. So now I'm going to give you solutions. I have also have all the solutions over here, so don't worry, I'm not going to just let it just let it be. So what you should do when it comes to lines, number of lines, when it comes to number of lines. Okay, so this is the order. I'm going to give you the order. Okay, number one is your number one. This is actually sorted, not sorted. So number one is your pre-trained model like YOLO. I have worked with YOLO 8 also. I don't really have a lot of experience as of date with YOLO 9, but trust me, I'll be uploading the videos after. I know they are more or less the same thing, but I will give due respect to that model and then first learn it properly and then give it to you. But this is going to do it in 2 to 3 lines, and I'm going to show you why. You go over here. This is PyTorch YOLO v5 documentation, and you can see over here, don't have to worry about all this. You have to do a pip install, however, but again, this is just one line, so don't care. You come over here. This is the code. That's it. You import torch, which you basically do generally, and then you say from model torch.hub.load pre-train equal to true. This is the most important parameter, pre-train equal to true. Otherwise you'll have to train the model, which ideally most of the times you'll not be able to do. And then you basically take an image. Here they have taken an image, they have downloaded an image. You can take your own image, you can give your path, or if they if it does not take, then you can definitely convert that image into tensor, and then a torch tensor, and then put it over here, and then finally in one line you can get the result. Okay, and then you can print the result, and once you have the result, you basically see, infer, and try to get all these x min, x max, y min, y max. This is basically a bounding box coordinate. So you can see it's how much one, this doesn't even count because generally you will have to do it. So it's one line over here. Let's say image is 2, then the result is 3, inferencing on the model, and let's say printing 1 or 2 lines, whatever. 3 to 4 lines is maximum. Okay, so if you really want less number of lines, you should go for YOLO version v5 and above, anything. Okay, even v8 is 2 to 3 lines max. Okay, now if you have a little bit of more of a patience, which means like you are also like you want the speed and you can compromise a little bit on number of lines, you can definitely go for Mediapipe, because Mediapipe is something, as they say, it has to be applied on your basic for example, if you take, like, let's say, forget about YOLO. If you take faster RCNN, because YOLO is fast, if you take faster RCNN, you cannot run it on real time. Real time is not possible. YOLO depends. Mostly you can say yes, but Mediapipe definitely. Okay, that's why I'm saying. So if you want to, let's say, a little bit, you can bear with some amount of number of lines of code. You can see for an image. So in YOLO 5, we did this for an image. Here for an image, you can see this much line, and this is not even the whole program. Trust me, this is not even the whole program. Okay, and it's not that these are just bare lines of code. You need to understand this. Okay, because in other, like for example, image classification, image segmentation, these line have meanings. That's why I'm telling you, you have to instantiate this. What is max result, what is this, what is that, why vision running mode. Now obviously I'm going to make a video on this. I have already declared that I'm starting a series. I've already made a video on that. However, the important part is that you need to understand. You will have to learn this, understand each and every part. Doesn't Learning does not mean you have to mug it up. You don't have to mug it up. But for example, over your model asset path. Now TF light. Now I'm sure you don't want to do what is TF light. It's basically saved model. Okay, model or TF light. This is how you save model and then use that model as your what to say your path. Basically, you provide the path of the model, and this is how the model is loaded into the what to say your into this constructor, not constructor, basically the object, the options object, whatever. So your model is loaded, and then you actually go and start detection over here, which means there is substantial amount of code. Okay, you can also go over here somewhere. There is a open, yeah, there is a code example. You can, this will open, I think, in Colab, Google Colab. Yes, you can see the link down below. This, it will open in Google Colab. But whatever, there are lines of code. However, the third one, that is as I said, the OpenCV. Now why I have given this as an option, why OpenCV is still an option, because most people are not very let's say cool or very comfortable with PyTorch. Trust me, it's a mental barrier to start deep learning, especially if you're a student. Okay, and Mediapipe, nobody wants to learn a new library. Nobody wants to learn a new library because OpenCV is so approachable. Most people start here, and that's why they just want everything to be done here. They don't want to go over here. They definitely don't want to go over here until unless they are very let's say they are determined. Okay, so OpenCV is a go-to library for those kind of guys, and that's why I have already uploaded a video. I think it's over a year and a half now, but that video, this link is I'll share in the description, whatever. So this video you can see over here, these many lines of code. So basically what you do is you take a git clone of that. So basically you are going to have your models and all those things. Okay, so how many lines of code? I think 15, 20, 25, 30 lines of code, but it is OpenCV. Okay, so OpenCV, okay, here you have 30 lines of code. Mediapipe, maybe again 30 lines of code, 25 let's say, and then your PyTorch is 2 to 3 lines of code. This is only for inferencing. In OpenCV, only inferencing. Mediapipe, I have seen I think there is a way to customize it, but mostly people use it for inferencing. Here again inferencing, but if you go to fine tune, this will easily turn to 30 to 40 lines. I am easily minimum. So this is only for inferencing. Yeah, speed wise, definitely this wins. This is number one in terms of speed. Accuracy wise, I would say this is better, this is better, and this is better, in saying that all three are equal. Number of lines of code, let's say number of lines of code, you will have, as I read, 2 3, so now 1 is over here. So OpenCV, what is the benefit of OpenCV? The benefit of OpenCV is that it is approachable, so it is 1 over here. So if I just conclude and put a summary, speed wise, what do? If you want speed, you go for Mediapipe. However, if you want lines of code to be less, you go for PyTorch. However, if you just want, if you're a beginner, you don't want to learn all these kind of libraries, because what is the use of just using a library and then you not understand anything? Mostly OpenCV is approachable for everyone because that's where they start. So OpenCV is like approachability, approach, I would say OpenCV. So there is no one answer for me. If I had to choose, I would take definitely PyTorch, because I have done all of this and I would still definitely want to be number of lines of code. It's not that I don't understand lines of code, it's just that I don't want to take a lot of headache writing code, basically. Okay, so I will generally use this. But again, what is my priority? Is my priority speed? Is my priority number of lines? This is generally not the case, but my biggest priority is accuracy. So if I'm doing accuracy, I will do all three. Mostly if I am not satisfied, I'll try to fine tune the PyTorch model, but this is an advanced concept. Okay, so that is that. I hope you understood and you like the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and bye.